Data according to the United Nations World Food Programme says 30.6 million Nigerians face acute food insecurity. Experts blame on many factors which include the security challenges in the North and Middle Belt, post-harvest losses, poor storage facility, and a couple of other issues. Over the years, there have been efforts at boosting food production in Nigeria, taking advantage of its over 70 million hectares of land, multiple agroecological zones, and a climate favorable for year-round farming. There have been several other such interventions by governments at council, state, and federal levels, including the Produce for Lagos program and the 500 billion naira guarantee fund scheme by the Lagos state government. In September, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Yari, said the prices of food items have crashed across the country, but some Nigerians differ, saying they are yet to feel the ease.
Before, we said chicken 4 eats before, but now we sell 5,000 naira.
This one, before at the selling 300, now at the selling 500 because only don't cost. Down at the selling, before at the selling 3,500, now at the selling 6,000. Shall be able to don't cost.
About 2 months ago, we are buying the food. Like rice or back of rice is 70-something thousand naira, like 75, 78, 73. But now 60, 62, 50, 55 safe. So if I look, it's gone down now. Not say like if I was increasing the price now.
2025 marks the 80th anniversary of the annual World Food Day, which is celebrated on October the 16th every year. This year with the theme, Hand in Hand for Better Food and a Better Future, the United Nations target building a peaceful, sustainable, and food-secure future where everyone has access to a healthy diet. To achieve this, experts suggest the way forward must be comprehensive, from tackling insecurity to investing in climate resilience farming to improving storage, irrigation, and transportation systems. That's in addition to strengthening farmers' cooperatives, access to finance and research. With the right investment, policies, and protection for its farmers, Nigeria may be on its way from food insecurity to food sovereignty. Because in a nation so richly blessed, no one should go hungry.
If you order Bolt, InDrive, or Uber and you see this man run for your life.
Immediately I entered this man's car, there was something hanging in front of his mirror. It looked so fetish and...
But this same man picked me up, May 3rd, and he did the same thing.
Oh, chef Bolt, chef Uber, chef InDrive.
I'm getting scared because like, oh my God, what if he's the one? You guys, please be careful.
This is the man who goes around in Bolt, InDrive, and Uber, allegedly robbing women of their belongings, raping ladies in his ride, and pretending to offer safe transport while carrying knives, scissors, guns, and other weapons in his car.
This guy has pepper spray, he has gun, he has sharp weapons, whatever.
For months, young women have cried out, sharing stories of their painful encounters with this predator. They talk about how he allegedly threatens them, hurts them, and strips them not just of their possessions, but of their dignity.
And you are telling me I'm not with your food. He's like, you want me to kill you here? Immediately now brought out the knife. He was not holding the knife. He said he's going to stab me to death. Started diverting to another route. That do I have condom inside my bag? Look at what he was asking me. I said I don't have condom inside my bag. He now searched my bag. That he's going to send my body in parts. That he already has people that will buy my body.
Despite these cries and warnings, he is still on the road. He is still picking up unsuspecting women and still moving through Uber, Bolt, and InDrive like a hunter waiting for his next victim. And the most heartbreaking question remains, why is a man like this still allowed to drive? Why has no company taken firm action to protect the very people they promise safety to?
Uber are still allowing this man to drive after he has victimized a lot of girls.
Every day they're going to complain about our riders. Every day.
So why would Uber and Bolt and InDrive allow a known criminal walk with them?
Will you be employing a highway robber to be on the highway picking people?
Every day that passes without justice is another day of risk for countless women. What use is technology if it cannot protect the vulnerable? What good is business when it ignores the cries of the broken? To the companies, the question is simple. How many more women must be hurt before you act? How many more tears must fall before you listen?
Please, Nigerian police, come to our help. Like, the government should look into it, police, they should look into it, and even close to like 8 or more were saying, oh, I've inside this man's car before, or I'm a victim, or I almost got kidnapped. What? The worst part of this issue is that it has been reported to the police, but police did nothing about it.
To every reader, this is not just a story. This is a call to wake up, a call to demand safety, a call to make sure that no man, no matter how cunning, is allowed to use the wheel as a weapon against women again. Because as long as this man is allowed to drive, every woman on the road is in danger.
The government is not doing anything. Somebody should do something about this guy.
Every single day, Lagos generates over 13,000 metric tons of solid waste, more than many African countries produce in a week. But less than half of this waste is properly collected or disposed, while the rest piles up in streets, markets, and growing dump sites across the city, turning communities into ticking time bombs. From Ojota to Agege, Ayobo to Yanoba, and across Lagos, waste is piling up faster than it can be managed, threatening both the health of residents and the environment.
Very, very hard, like just to struggle for myself and for my kids too. So that life in this place is just for you to look for somewhere to just hide your head, just put your head.
And they face a lot of challenges here, this place, because like what I'm saying here, the place they live, kind of work they do, where they cook and what they eat every day, it's going to affect them because many of them are here just for them to survive.
There is just one of two things that is come up, is that they will have to sell something before they will see money here to eat. Either they sell plastic or a rubber or keg or nylon, so they'll need to sell it. They'll work hard to get the money here, but in this place you see a lot of people, they are living here. It's not like they don't have the money to rent house, but the money is too hard for them to see. Even though if they see the money safe, they'll have to buy.
Good afternoon. We're glad to have you join us this hour on African News 24 TV for news and updates of events happening around the world. I'm Timothy Crown at Derby. Let's begin in security, as the Nigerian Air Force said it has conducted precision air interdiction missions at Daba Masara, a known terrorist location in the southern tumbos of BORNO state, as part of ongoing effort to disrupt terrorist activities and logistics. The operation, carried out on December the 14th, 2025, was executed by the air component of Joint Task Force Operation Adinkai. This is contained in a statement issued today by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Ehimen Ejodame. Ejodame said the service coordinated intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions had earlier revealed repeated terrorist movement and a concentration of vehicles concealed under vegetation, identifying the area as an active terrorist logistics hub. Still in security, the KATSINA State Directorate of the National Orientation Agency has been talking about a security awareness campaign which it launched across border communities in the state. The State Director of the agency, Muntari Lawal Sagem, was speaking today during the launch of the campaign in Jibia local government area of the state. According to him, the initiative aims to educate residents on cross-border crimes and mobilize them to complement government effort to curb insecurity. The campaign is projected to uncover Jibia, Keita, Mashi, Meadua, Zango, and Beure local government areas. Lawal Sagem noted that criminals often sneak into the country during festive periods using the informal entry point in border areas, hence this initiative. Let's head to the court, where the Supreme Court has affirmed the constitutional power of the president to declare a state of emergency in any state where there is tendency of descent into chaos and anarchy or a breakdown of law and order. The Apex Court affirms that the president has the powers to suspend elected officials for a limited duration. In a split decision of 6-1, the court upholds the president's legal authority to proclaim a state of emergency. Delivering the lead majority judgment, Justice Mohammed Idris held that Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution empowers the President to adopt extraordinary measures to restore normalcy where a state of emergency has been declared. The judgment follows a suit by states governed by the People's Democratic Party to challenge the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State by President Bola Tinubu for a period of 6 months. From the court to politics, where the Labour Party has been thrown into fresh turmoil after its Board of Trustees announced the dissolution of the Interim National Working Committee led by Senator Nenadi Usman, deepening internal divisions within the party. The BOT, in a statement signed by its chairman, Sylvanus Ejiofor, and Secretary Salisu Mohammed, said the decision followed the National Working Committee's alleged failure to organize world, state, and national congresses as required, despite being given time extensions. The board accused the committee of worsening organizational challenges and weakening the party's electoral readiness. Following the dissolution, the BOT named Prince Tony Akeni as acting National Publicity Secretary and Nwanwa Wohie as acting National Secretary, pending the constitution of a new interim leadership. However, the Usman-led faction rejected the decision, describing it as unconstitutional. The group insisted that only the National Executive Council or a national convention has the authority to dissolve an NWC under the party's constitution, maintaining that Usman remains the legitimate chairman. The party's National Publicity Secretary, Obiora also disputed the BOT's action, questioning the legitimacy of the board and denying claims of factional leadership within the party. The latest development adds to the prolonged leadership crisis rocking the Labour Party ahead of the 2027 general elections. Now in Lagos, the governor Babajide Sanwo-OLU has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to supporting creativity, innovation, and enterprise while ensuring that Lagos remains safe and welcoming. Speaking at the anniversary edition of the Lagos Food Festival organized by the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems, he praised the ministry for empowering food entrepreneurs and providing a platform for young businesses to grow. Lydia Ajayi has more of that story.
Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-OLU has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to supporting diverse skills and professions, saying the state government is focused on creating an enabling environment where creativity, innovation, and enterprise can thrive while keeping Lagos safe and inclusive for all residents. He made the remarks at the anniversary edition of the Lagos Food Festival, organized by the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems. The governor described the festival as a major platform for showcasing the impact of government interventions in agriculture, food security, and the creative economy.
They've done a lot of activation. They've done a whole lot of intervention in the agri space, in the food security space. They've empowered a lot of entrepreneurs. They've actually done so much this year, to continue to put, innovators and aggregators in the food business to give them an opportunity to fend and to do well as entrepreneurs.
SANWO-OLU also commended the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems for empowering food entrepreneurs and innovators, noting that the initiative has continued to open opportunities for young businesses and strengthen the food value chain across the state. On her part, the Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Abisola Olusonya, described the Lagos Food Festival as a celebration of Lagos culture and culinary heritage, noting that the event brings together chefs, culinary practitioners, hoteliers, and caterers, providing them with opportunities for networking, business growth, and increased visibility while consolidating the ministry's intervention across the food value chain.
We believe that in celebrating everything that is Lagos, food is the embodiment of that. And we as the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems, we are the curators and the custodians of that. So it's best that we celebrate all of our value food chain actors, and the Lagos Food Festival is a place to do so.
The Lagos Food Festival featured cooking demonstrations, food tasting, and exhibitions showcasing diverse local cuisines alongside hot displays by several creatives as government officials, chefs, food entrepreneurs, and families gathered to celebrate Lagos' rich culinary culture and the growth of the state's food and creative industries. Lydia Ajayi, African News 24 TV.
Business, the president of Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, has called for an official investigation into Farouk Ahmed, chief executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, alleging corruption and regulatory sabotage. Dangote claimed that Ahmed paid approximately $5 million for his children's education abroad, which he described as inconsistent with the earnings of a public official, urging relevant authorities, including the Code of Conduct Tribunal, to investigate the matter to safeguard public trust and investor confidence. The billionaire also criticized the NMDPRA for policies he says undermine domestic refining capacity, particularly the repeated issuance of import licenses that favor foreign products over locally refined fuel. The dispute highlights ongoing tensions between Nigeria's regulatory authorities and domestic refiners, as well as broader concerns over the fuel supply, pricing, and regulatory oversight in the country's petroleum sector. Nigeria's exports to African countries surged to 4.9 trillion naira in the third quarter of 2025, almost doubling the 2.49 trillion naira recorded in the same year last year, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. The growth, representing a 97.2% year-on-year increase, underscores Nigeria's expanding intra-African trade, driven largely by petroleum and manufactured products. Analysts say this trend aligns with broader regional integration efforts, including the African Continental Free Trade Area, which has enhanced market access for Nigerian goods across the continent. While exports to African markets rose sharply, shipments to traditional partners like the United States and India declined by more than 50% in the same period, reflecting global trade challenges and new tariffs. Experts note that the surge in regional exports highlights Nigeria's ongoing push to diversify its trade portfolio and reduce dependence on Western markets. On the foreign scene, the death toll from a shooting at Sydney's Bondi Beach has risen to 15, with 27 others hospitalized. Australian authorities have confirmed the incident as a terrorist attack targeting Jewish Australians. Victims range from the age of 10 to 87, including a Holocaust survivor who was killed while shielding his wife from gunfire. One of the eyewitnesses who intervened and wrestled a weapon from one of the attackers has been identified as Ahmed Al-Ahmed, whose refugee parents recently arrived in Australia from Syria, drawing widespread praise for his bravery. Australian authorities have identified a suspect as a father and son, 50-year-old Sajim Akram and his 24-year-old son, Naveed Akram. The young suspect was born in Australia, while his father immigrated to the country in 1998 and was killed at the sea. Welcome to sports. Nigeria's preparations for the 2025 African Cup of Nations gathered momentum as 10 players arrived at the Super Eagles camp ahead of upcoming fixtures and training sessions. The early arrivals signaled the start of focused build-up, with the technical crew keen on assessing fitness levels, tactical shape, and team chemistry as preparations intensify. Training activities are expected to gradually ramp up as more players join the camp in the coming days. Officials say the phased arrivals is in line with the team's schedule, allowing coaches to begin preliminary drills while awaiting the full squad. Attention will be on blending experienced internationals with new faces as the Eagles fine-tune strategies for the AFCON campaign. More arrivals are anticipated, setting the stage for a full-strength camp as Nigeria steps up its push toward AFCON 2025. Away from home, Manchester City and Aston Villa have recorded important victories to stay within touching distance of Premier League leaders Arsenal as the title race tightened over the weekend. City secured a 3-0 away win against Crystal Palace, with Erling Haaland scoring twice and Phil Foden also on target. The victory moved Pep Guardiola's side to within 2 points of Arsenal, who had earlier beaten Wolves to extend their lead at the top. Aston Villa also boosted their title challenge with a dramatic 3-2 comeback win at West Ham. Villa came from behind twice, with Morgan Rogers scoring both second-half goals, including the winner, to keep Unai Emery's side firmly in contention. The results leave Arsenal top of the table, closely followed by Manchester City and Aston Villa, ensuring the Premier League title race remains highly competitive heading into the next round of fixtures. Welcome to entertainment. Popular Lagos TikToker Hamzat Habib, also known as Pella, has been hospitalized after crashing his vehicle during a live broadcast on social media. The incident occurred on the Lekki-Epe Expressway, where the content creator was seen driving while visibly distressed and emotional before the crash. Video clips that later went viral show moments leading up to the crash, which reportedly involved his car hitting a stone barrier. Some reports link the incident to personal issues involving a disagreement he had with his girlfriend, though this has not been independently confirmed. Pella was rescued by bystanders and taken to a hospital, though details of his condition have not been made public. The incident has sparked widespread reactions online, with fans expressing concern and others criticizing the dangers of live streaming while driving. No official statement has been issued by Pella or authorities as investigations continue. That will be it this hour on African News 24 TV. Thank you for tuning in. Stay connected with us on all our social media platforms. Please don't forget to visit our website at africannews24.ng for the latest update to stay informed and ahead. I'm Timothy Crown. It's bye for now.